Edfu Temple. The Temple of Horus and Edfu, also known as the Temple of Edfu, is considered the best preserved cult temple in Egypt. This partly because it was built later than most, in the Ptolemaic era from 237 to 57 BC. Yet despite its later date, it exactly reflects traditional pharaonic architecture and so provides an excellent idea of how all the temples once looked. Edfu was also very large, the second largest in Egypt after Karnak Temple. The provincial town of Edfu was located about halfway between Luxor, 115 kilometers away, and Aswan, 105 kilometers, and 65 kilometers north of Kamambo. A very popular destination, Edfu was included in virtually all Egyptian tour itineraries and can be reached by taxi or by cruise on the Nile followed by a Calic ride. In 332 BC, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt. After his death in 323, his successors ruled Egypt under the Ptolemaic dynasty. This was the last dynasty of independent Egypt. The Ptolemies were Greeks but presented themselves to the Egyptians as native pharaohs and closely imitated the traditions and architecture of pharaonic Egypt. The Temple of Horus at Edfu was built during the Ptolemaic era on top of an earlier temple to Horus, which was oriented east-west instead of the current north-south configuration. The oldest part of the temple is the section from the festival hall to the sanctuary. This was begun by Ptolemy III in 237 BC and completed by his son, Ptolemy IV Philopator. The hypostyle hull was added by Ptolemy VII, 145–116 BC, and the pylon was erected by Ptolemy IX, 88–81 BC. The final touches to the temple were added under Ptolemy XII in 57 BC. The falcon-headed Horus was originally the sky god, whose eyes were the sun and moon. He was later assimilated into the popular myth of Isis and Osiris as the divine couple's child. Raised by Isis and Hathor after Osiris' murder by his brother Seth, Horus avenged his father's death in a great battle at Edfu. Seth was exiled and Horus took the throne, Osiris reigning through him from the underworld. Thus all pharaohs claimed to be the incarnation of Horus, the living king. The Temple of Edfu was abandoned after the Roman Empire became Christian and paganism was outlawed in 391 AD. It lay buried up to its lintels in sand, with homes built over the top, until it was excavated by Auguste Mariette in the 1860s. The sand protected the monument over the years, leaving it very well preserved today.